Okay, here is a video on circles. This is just the basics of a circle. In class we covered circumference and area. So here we're going to cover chords and naming of them with these letters. So if you look at the circle here, we have the circle that has three different things on it. First we have a line that goes from Q to R. We have a line that goes from P to T, and it passes through the center, which is S. Then we have a line from S to U. Now we're going to break this apart and talk about each of these. First off, let's talk about the radius. Now in class, we talked about a radius goes from the center of a circle to the side. And you guys have the circle song video there that you guys can look at. So the radius in this case, we would call it SU, and it looks like this. It is a line segment because it has dots at both ends. Or, if you prefer, you could say US and do it that way. Either of these is correct. The diameter here, then we could name, it goes from P to T, so we'd say P, T, and it has dots at both ends, so it is a line segment. Or if you want to go the other way, you could call this TP. That would work as well. So there's A and there's B. Now for C, naming a chord, the definition of a chord is any line that goes from one side of the circle to the other, or both ends are on the circle. So QR is a chord because Q and R are on the circle. Now, also the diameter PT is also a chord because P and T are both on the circle. The radius, SU, is not a chord because S is not on the circle, it's in the center. So SU is not a chord, but QR and PT are chords. And so we could technically have four different answers here for the chord. We could call this QR. We could say it RQ. We could say PT. Or we could say TP. So there's the two lines that are both chords, and you can write it either way, QR or RQ, and the same with the other. Now we're on to D. D says, if the length of SU is 2 units, what is the length of PT? Now SU is called the radius. It goes from the center to the side. So that is halfway through the circle. PT is called the diameter. It goes all the way through the circle. And so if we notice, SU is actually equal to PS. That's from the side to the center. And then SU is also equal to ST, which is from the center to the other side. And so SU is like half of PT, which means that SU equals 1/2 of PT. So if SU is 2, that would be half of PT, so we would want to double that, or so we would take SU, which equals 2, and then we would times it by 2 to equal 4. And so it would be 4 units. So PT equals 4 units. Hopefully that helps you naming them with letters and also understanding what a chord is. Please put any questions in the online questions discussion chat so that we can answer those for everybody. Thank you.